Hello, world. I am Jay Cruz of IndieFilmTheaterTV.com. Welcome to What's It About, our Synopsis show, where you get to learn about the films and series on IndieFilmTheaterTV.com. Today, we're going to talk to one of the producers from After the series. Joshua Schubart is the writer, creator, and also plays the lead as Jeremy Hearns. Josh, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Hey, my name's Joshua Schubart. It's nice to see everybody, even though I can't actually see you.
Thank you, Josh. After the series is on IFT Network TV. Please tell us, what's it about?
Sure. So After is basically about a young widower who has to move back home and tries to get back into the dating game. And that's really what it's about. It's about like rebuilding after a horrible loss and moving through mental illness. Yeah. Nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, May's mental health matters, and I think we don't realize how much mental health is attached to some of the everyday problems that we face.
It's true. It's
With
very, very true.
After, what led you to make this series?
Well, so actually, the idea sort of came to me in September of 13 when I was getting married. I had just had I do, and I was walking away from the altar, and I made eye contact with my now wife, and I was just like, "Holy shit! What the fuck would I do if you died?" And I know that that's not like the happiest of things when you've just
It's a
gotten married.
rational question. Yeah.
Yeah. But it really like hit me hard. Like you're now that so important, especially now that we're married. What would happen? Like what would I do?
Mm.
And as the months went by and a couple of years even, it was a question that I kept asking myself in my head to the point where I was just like, I guess I should write this down in
Sure.
somehow just to get it out of my fucking head, right?
Something's happening.
Yeah. Um and it turned into like the beginnings of what After is now. And I also wanted it to use it as an opportunity to explore mental health and people that um harm themselves and things of that nature. Like I my history with mental health is I tried to leave the earth six times. Um
Wow.
bef- yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, brother.
Sure. And it really wasn't until I found this life-saving art that we have now that I was really able to channel everything in a new way, and also lots of therapy that
Sure, but
helped out a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the art gave you like a found purpose. Like you had this energy, and now you had some place to kind of release that, relinquish that, and for good. As opposed to kind of pointing it inwards, you were pointing it outwards.
It's true. I mean, just to give you like a quick, I guess like a quick me or whatever. I came up like homeless, and I was on the streets and shit, and um, I ended up hanging out with the wrong folks, and I got really into some really bad stuff like drinking, drug stuff when I was really young, and then I was very lucky to get into this thing called kinsh, uh, kinship foster care, which is when like actual members of your biological family take you in.
Mhm.
So I was very fortunate to get taken in by my biological aunt and uncle, and then they put me in Catholic school, um, which was the exact opposite of being in the streets.
Sure,
um,
sure. So from
and
one extreme to the other.
yeah, and then I randomly found the school play auditions, and I auditioned, and for whatever reason I don't know, but that changed my life in that moment. Like I knew exactly what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, and it gave me a purpose, and so it was great. Just that's just what you said earlier. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that when you find purpose, it really changes the way people think. I think that's a big part of mental health. I think people just don't know what their purpose is, and that's what they long and search for. I think if the time they spend thinking about it, they don't try things, and so that's a whole
Right.
nother thing. But how old are you when you found theater?
It's 14 years old.
There's something about teenage years and stages and just that whole aspect of I did a play around that age. We did Grease, and I built a
Oh,
car out of
cool.
a cardboard box. I have a scar from cutting the thing when I was like 14. Yeah, I think that's a big deal in that age to be able to experience that with other kids and build something. And
Right.
so good
Yeah,
for
it's really
you.
important.
It is.
So because of what I went through and like how I came out the other end of it now,
Hmm.
happily married and all that stuff, is wanted to show a person moving in a positive way towards a new life. Um,
Sure.
and because a lot of things that we watch with mental illness in it always end in some sort of horrible tragedy. Like there's no way for it to move in a positive direction, which largely isn't true. It's and that's the I think that's the tragedy about public opinion of mental illness is that people think that it's just like your life's fucking over and
That's
you can't
right.
do anything about it.
That's right. That's a
Yeah.
big part of the stigma. It's always had some form of stigma. Used to be taboo at once, and now I think current day, I think that people are more open and acknowledging that there is an issue, but
Yeah.
it's a spectrum of things. It's not one thing. It's not one solution. So, um, what do you want audiences to take away from your series?
So there's a couple of things. One is that I'm a larger guy. I'm like very tall and very big. And in most of the media now or forever, larger
Yeah,
dudes are either idiots, you make fun of them, or they're gonna punch you in the face or they're gonna rape you, right?
yeah, they're
Like,
jocks, they're goons.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're we as I guess as like a type of person have not been allowed in the media to like be in love, to go through pain, to just experience things that
Hmm.
everyone goes through. And I really wanted to make this show for people like me, or like people that are quote unquote normal,
Right,
if
right. Whatever
if
that means.
if you will, um
Yeah.
to kind of so they could also have a TV show for them too, right?
Hmm.
And but the main takeaway is I want people to maybe feel, to like connect with the main character of the show, and just I hope it helps them know that even if this is how they currently feel, it may not be perfect, but there's a way forward.
Yeah,
And
there's
if
hope somewhere if you find it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's always room for like new positivity and new light and new experiences, even when you feel like you can't, or there's nothing, or you're at your lowest.
Mhm.
You can. Yeah.
That's awesome. Um, what do you have going on and what's next for you?
So I am, because of the pandemic, I became like a multi-hatted artist, which I suppose we all did, right? So
Diversifying portfolios is very popular as far as
right.
what we know how to do.
Because we all want to like eat and things. So
Yeah.
I do a ton of audiobooks. I'm auditioning. I'm doing a ton of writing. I've got um more after planned out if you want to make more of that.
I know.
Um
Can't wait.
I have a couple of feature films and half hour comedies and hour long dramas. Um and That's kind of what I'm working on. I'm hoping to get back to the Metropolitan Opera in August, because that's where I also work. I do all the hand-to-hand combat and all the sword fighting work there.
Hey, the
Um,
actors page for you guys there, the actors
yeah,
Instagram page has been a huge supporter.
yeah,
So we want to shout them out really quick. They've been a huge supporter of us. So
love
thanks,
them.
guys. Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's just so many people in the show that are so incredible. Like um Brian Michael Smith is one of the other leads of the show. His first name in the show is also Jeremy. That's like
Yeah. Yeah.
part of the joke.
Shout out to
Um
Brian.
yeah, but he's killing it, man. I'm so proud of him. He's always wanted to also see himself on screen, like not just as a uh, black man, but also as a trans man. I'm
Hmm.
so proud of him. He's on 911 Lone Star on Fox, and he's just God. I'm just so proud of him.
And he's doing the work. He's
Yeah,
doing
he's
the
doing
work.
great. And
Yeah,
then
his star power is growing, and the show's doing really well, I hear. And congrats to him and the whole
people love
team
it.
over
Yeah,
there. Yeah, their social media game is fun too. Like everybody's busy on it, and they're doing their thing. So yeah,
it's
I
really
mean,
cool.
the show's picking up. So good for them, and congratulations to them. That's awesome.
It's very cool. And
All
then
right,
there's
so go ahead.
um one of our producers who's also in the show, Olivia Baptista, is in a new audiobook with Aaron Paul, and she
That's
was on
right.
Mr. Mayor, and like she's doing great too. She's in LA. Anna Suzuki, who plays Jen in the show, she's on new Amsterdam. It's just like everybody's just working hard. Like just I'm so happy for everybody. It's fantastic. Yeah.
That's great news. Great news. Thank you so much. So now everyone knows all about After the series, now streaming on IFTnetworktv.com. What's it about? Is brought to you by DemoReelsForActors.com. Your digital presence is your first impression. Visit DemoReelsForActors.com and get in the room with your new digital presence today. And to watch After the series and so much more, visit IFTnetworktv.com.